Hi everyone, this is teacher George and today's lesson is the compare contrast essay with a focus on the contrast type. So we're going to start this video with the definition of what a contrast essay is. So this type of essay emphasizes the differences between two things, ideas, concepts, or points of view. So this is like a subcategory of the compare contrast essay. And the purpose here is to show the differences between two objects or people or any topic that you may have been assigned to write about. Before we continue with this lesson, I want to tell you that in the description of the video, I'm going to leave you a link with the essay that we are using here in this tutorial as a sample so that you can follow all the steps and take some notes. So let's get started. We're going to take a look at the outline. The outline is usually the second step in the writing process. It comes right after the feedback. Not the feedback. It comes after the brainstorming section, right? So in the first stage, you basically just brainstorm some ideas on a topic, and then you kind of classify and give order to those ideas, and that is when the outline comes into play. So in the outline, what you do is the organization of all of your ideas, which ideas you're going to put into specific sections. Now, the outline of a contrast essay needs three general categories or sections. The first one is the introduction, the second one is the body, and the third one is the section for the conclusion. Now, within these three sections, we need specific elements. So let's get started with the introduction. In the section of the introduction, which is the first section in an essay, and usually it takes one paragraph. This section needs three elements. The first one is the hook. The second one is the background information. And last but not least is the thesis statement. Now, the first element, which is the hook is basically the opening of your essay. The hook has two characteristics. The first one is that this is something general and it's also related to the topic that you are supposed to write about. And also the hook has to be appealing. When I say appealing, it means that the hook needs to catch the attention from the readers, right? So we're going to say that this is appealing, okay? Because it catches the readers attention, okay? That is the purpose of a hook. And remember, it's general but related to the topic. The second element in the introduction is the background information. Now, this background information is a little bit general, but it starts narrowing it down. Like narrowing the topic down. We're going to get into kind of specific here. So the background also works as a bridge between the hook and your thesis statement, okay? So remember, here basically we expand the ideas. We are also explaining a little bit about our topic. And here it gives the reason why you write, okay? You're given the reason why it is important to deal with this topic. Last but not least is the thesis statement. Now, the thesis statement is basically your map. Your map as a writer, and of course, the map for the reader. Now, this map, as its name itself explains its function, is like to guide the readers through your essay, and it has three elements, very important elements that you must have them. If you don't have them, it's gonna be incomplete. It's gonna be an inaccurate thesis statement. The first element is the topic of your essay. I'm going to explain these three stages through a real example. This example is an essay called Large Leap, right? And it was taken from the Humber Liberal Arts and Sciences. Now, basically, this essay is making a contrast between college and high school, all right? So when we say that we're making a contrast between college and high school, that is our topic, because we're going to talk about high school versus college, okay? So you're going to need to mention this. The second element is your position or stance. It means what you think about high school versus college. In this case, since this is a contrast essay, the position or my stance is that they are different, okay? So in other words, college differs from high school. And finally, you have the discussion points. Now, the discussion points are like the ideas, or in this case, the differences between high school and college. And these differences are going to first determine the number of body paragraphs you're including, all right? And second, they're gonna tell you the main topics that you will be discussing throughout your essay. So, taking this same example, here we're gonna have three discussion points. We're gonna discuss the cost, academic challenges, and finally, we're gonna talk about social environment. All right, I'm gonna show you each of them. All right, now let's look at a real example of an introduction, right? So, as I said, we need first a hook, okay? So here's the hook, the one that says, the leap from high school to college is a large one. As you can see, it's kind of interesting. It is general because I don't know in which areas, like which specific areas we're talking about. I mean, like related to high school and college. We just know that it's something general and it includes our topic, high school and college. Then we're going to have our background information, all right? Now, the background information, as you remember, is a bridge that connects our hook with our thesis statement. Now, here we need to go from something general to something more specific, and also we need to show why we are writing our essay. So if we read the background information, it says, many students enter post-secondary education expecting the experience to be the same as the one they had while at secondary school. So as you can see, it started a little bit general and then now it's very specific. We're talking about the experience. They expect something. They expect the life in college to be exactly the same as the life at secondary school. And then it says, these students are wrong to make this assumption, and they very quickly realize just how different college is. So now, here we are also showing why I'm writing this contrast essay. It's because some students think that college and high school are exactly the same, but it says that they're wrong, actually. Their idea about this similarity between high school and college is inaccurate. So that's why they say that college is different. And then I finish my introduction with a thesis statement. Now, this thesis statement, as you remember, needs three elements. The first one, we need the topic, which was college and high school. The second one, we need our position, our stance, which is that they're different. And finally, we need our discussion points. In this case, cost, academic challenges, and social environment. Now, let's read the thesis statement. It says, college costs more, presents more academic challenges, and offers a more social environment than high school. As you can see here, we have our topic, right? Because we are making a comparison between college and high school. Now, we have our position. When we say that college costs more, you see, more, and then I also use more, right? And a third time, also more. And then when I say then, this is a comparative, right? And we're saying that, well, college is more than high school, all right? So it means that they're different. So I'm showing my position, right? And also, I underlined this word and I also changed its color and different, the word different. And also you kind of give like your position in the background information. It's not like an obligation to do it. So but you can also give kind of hints to your readers. And the last element of the thesis statement is the discussion points. So we have cost, we have academic challenges, and finally we have social environment. Now, as I told you, these discussion points determine the number of body paragraphs you're going to write. So in this case, if I have 3 discussion points, it means that I'm going to have 3 body paragraphs. Okay, so let's go back to the outline. Now, the body, the second section. In this one, like in this example, we're going to have 3 body paragraphs, okay? So the first body paragraph is gonna be related to cost. The second body paragraph is gonna be related to academic challenges. And the last body paragraph, which is number 3, is gonna be related to social environment, okay? Now, here's very important to remember that the body paragraphs, they also have specific elements. The first element in a body paragraph is the topic sentence. In that topic sentence, we're going to have our first discussion point, which is cost, all right, or cost. The next elements of a topic sentence are the supporting details. Well, the number of supporting details you are including in your essays will depend on you, all right? And also like the word count that your teacher or the international exams require, right? So usually like I suggest my students to have like 3 supporting details. Now, these details have to be related to cost. They cannot be more general, let's say that. They cannot be like more general or than cost. They have to be like the subcategories within cost. And those ones are in the body. Okay? So now let's get to the examples. First topic sentence, cost. Now, this is my first body paragraph. Hope you can see it. All right. Here's my first body paragraph. And the first body paragraph has the topic sentence. All right. So the topic sentence of this one says, first, in terms of cost, college is more expensive than high school because of tuition, living expenses, and books. Now, as you can see, here the topic sentence is telling me the idea or the main idea of my body paragraph. So in this case, I am comparing college and I am comparing high school under the category of cost. And now I have my supporting details because they say that college is more expensive because of these three elements. First one is tuition, the second one is living expenses, and the third one is books. All right? Now, sometimes you can show in the topic sentence the supporting details. Other times it's not like you need to show them. It's more than enough when you state your topic sentence and that's it. And then of course in the rest of the body, like the rest of the paragraph, you develop and you need to make like your supporting details clear enough to your readers. Now, I said that here our first supporting detail is tuition. The second one is cost for living. And finally, learning materials, which is like synonym, let's say that, like books, another name for calling books. So I'm going to have supporting details, going to be tuition. Then my supporting detail 2 is going to be living expenses. And finally, I'm talking about books or study materials. All right. Now, what I'm doing right now is like I'm going from the sample to the outline. But of course, when you have to write, it's not like you first write your essay and then you create your outline. Remember, the outline comes before the actual essay. All right. This is just a matter of examples. Now, the supporting details. When you write or include your supporting details, you have to expand them in the paragraph. So for example, let's read the first supporting detail, and I'm gonna highlight it. Let me see which color. Yeah, this color is good. It says, anyone who wishes to attend college must pay fees, whereas it is free to attend high school. College tuition can start at roughly $1,500 per term and can wind up costing as much as $2,000. The government funds high schools, so high school students do not have to pay for their education. So what I'm doing here is like I'm giving descriptions, examples, and I'm expanding. I am elaborating on this idea of tuition. Here, one example can be like 1,000 per term and 2,000, right? And I'm saying that college students, they pay these amounts of money, all right? So I'm giving examples. And this one is like the description about college. And then, of course, I need to show the contrast with high school. And then I start talking about high school. And then I say, the government funds high schools. So high school students do not have to pay for their education. So I'm showing here the difference between college and high school regarding tuition. The next one, it's about cost of living. Okay, here we're gonna have another color. Let's use the yellow one. All right. Now, my second supporting detail is related to cost for living. And then once again, I expand it. I use examples. And then I show the contrast between college and high school. Let's read it. It says, in addition to tuition, college students must also worry about the residence or rental costs of our living close to the college's campus. In Toronto, rental costs for a basement apartment can range from $400 to $600 per month, not including utilities. And resident fees at most colleges work out to roughly $2,000 per term. So as you can see, I'm here, like I'm giving you the picture of the cost for living in college, and I'm giving examples. Then I make the contrast. In contrast, high school students have no living expenses because the majority of high school students live at home with their parents for free. Okay, so as you can see, I'm also keep telling you high school is different because of the reason that they don't pay like rent. So as you can see, it's a matter of expanding, and the same happens with the third my god, I'm forgetting the names, the supporting detail, right? Now the last element in a body paragraph, and this is usually included, is not mandatory, but it gives like a like it gives like more interest to the essay. It makes it more formal, and also it can serve as a bridge between this paragraph and another paragraph. Now we need a concluding sentence. This concluding sentence is about the first body paragraph. It's not the conclusion of the essay. It's only for this first paragraph. So let's take a look at the concluding sentence of the first body paragraph. It says, not only do college students have to pay for more money than high school students for their education, the college students also have much more work to do once their bills have been paid. So here, my conclusion is that first, college students are gonna pay more than high school students, and then I'm also like giving like a brief introduction of my second body paragraph by saying that they have much work to do. And remember that our second discussion point of the thesis statement is academic challenges, which means more work to do. And then I start again my second body paragraph. I start with my topic sentence, and then of course here I'm gonna have my supporting details. Now let's take a look at the topic sentence of the second body paragraph. When we say second, the workload in college is more challenging than the workload in high school. As you can see, I have my topic sentence, and unlike the first topic sentence, here in this second one, I'm not describing my supporting details. As I told you before, it's not mandatory to have the supporting details included in the topic sentence. So you have two options, all right? And now, the structure of the second body paragraph follows the same pattern. You have topic sentence, supporting details, and concluding sentence. And then you finish your second body paragraph, which is about academic challenges, right? and then you move to the third body paragraph. And again, you need here your topic sentence, and in this case, it's gonna be about social environment. All right, and then you have again your three supporting details, and then the concluding sentence. So let's take a look at the third one. So as you can see, the third body paragraph says, third, in college, there are more activities, sports, and clubs for students to participate in than in high school. All right. So as you can see, activities, sports, and clubs are related to social environment. So it's not that you have to include the same words from the discussion points in the topic sentence. You can use synonyms. You can have other alternatives. But the thing is that you need to keep the same idea that you stated in the thesis statement for your topic sentences. All right. And then we have the last element of this contrast essay, which is the conclusion. Well, basically, in a conclusion, you can restate the thesis statement, or you can have like a summary of the main discussed points, right, in the body. Okay, so you have two alternatives. Now, this example does like a summary. It creates a summary. It makes a summary, right, of these essays. So it says, on the basis of financial, academic, and social aspects, college is more costly, more academically challenging, and more socially stimulating than high school. Now here you are restating your introduction, your thesis statement. Now, when I say that you can restate, it doesn't mean that you just have to make small changes to your thesis statement. No, you have to change a lot, all right? Because otherwise it's just gonna be a copy and paste of your introduction in the conclusion. So we don't want that. And then it says, these differences need to be taken into account by those students who are entering college from high school. If new post-secondary students are conscious of these differences, they will be more adequately prepared for the challenges that college can present. Okay? And then you have your essay. So remember, just to recap, first you brainstorm on a topic, then you create the outline, which is the skeleton of your essay, and then you get to write your essay. Make sure to use a lot of transition words because they're gonna help you a lot. Transition words are gonna help you a lot to show the relations among ideas. So it's highly recommended to use plenty of them. So this is gonna be it for today. I hope you liked the video. Please leave your comments below and also your suggestions for upcoming videos. This was Teacher George. See you in the next lesson.